Good morning and welcome to another live stream broadcast. Listen, I often say that someone is Googling you and the results they'll find will leave them more or less inclined to do business with you, to partner with you, or to hire you. And the latter of those, hiring you, is a real challenge for millions of job applicants who are trying their best right now to stand out in today's digital economy. There's so many companies right now trying to cut costs coming out of this pandemic. Some are laying off workers, and others are exploring opportunities to onboard remote workers, which helps these employers save money and broadens their pool of qualified applicants that they can now consider for these job openings. But if you are a job seeker in this post-pandemic digital economy, you need to stop doing what you've always been doing, expecting a different result. This isn't going to work anymore. Your personal brand, which represents how you show up to others, is vitally important to your long-term success in both finding a job and ascending if you're already with an employer, right? So if for those of you who are already in a job, listen up. You know, these tips apply to you as well, right? This is going to help you in your career. By the way, good morning. My name is Stephen A. Hart. I am a marketing leader. I am a content creator, a podcaster. I'm the host of the Trailblazers.fm platform and podcast. I'm a brand strategist, a serial entrepreneur, and so much more. I invite you to join me each and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning, around about 8 a.m. Eastern, for Mission Fuel morning live stream broadcasts. So if you're joining us for the very first time, just want to say welcome to you. I appreciate you being here, and would just ask that you drop a comment right now over in the chat and let me know where you are connecting with us from. Love to see where we have new people in the room. So listen, without further delay, today I wanted to share 3 personal branding tips that hopefully will help you with your job search. So let me see if I can share my screen here with you. And so tip number one today is to embrace your past journey. I've talked a bunch here on this show about getting clear on where you're going, but I've often neglected to talk about also embracing where you've been. Now, listen, I'm a 44-year-old marketing leader in the world of cybersecurity. I happen to be married. I have 2 young kids, but that is not all that I am. I'm also a Jamaican. As I shared a minute ago, I'm a podcaster, brand strategist, serial entrepreneur. I've failed over and over through several business ventures of my own, but I've also succeeded at a number of these initiatives as well, including being a top-rated podcaster. Now, story time. When I was seeking a job some 2+ years ago, I made a decision to embrace my past journey as a podcaster. I knew that my new media experience, my exposure to podcasting and to video would serve the right employer. Now, this wasn't a prior job, but I made a decision to fold that into the story I told, into my resume. And I wanted that to be in alignment with where I wanted to move forward in my career and what I could hopefully offer up as a service, that would intersect with my purpose and passion. Today, I'm blessed to now be the director of new media content for the SANS Institute. I am blessed every morning to wake up and help create content through podcasting, through video, through live streams. I have to sometimes pinch myself because I'm actually getting paid to do work that I absolutely love doing in a company that respects me and all that I'm bringing to the table. Do you want that? I hope as a job seeker that you do. So, we should all aspire to do work that we're good at and that we love doing, right? So I'll ask you, what are the areas of your past journey that are not showing up in the story you're telling, not showing up in your resume, that would be of value to the right employer? And also in alignment, again, with what you love and what you're good at doing. Begin today. Action item for you. Begin to list those things that you might be able to share with the right employer. And that would also help you to stand out from the pack. Hope you enjoy this. So the second tip here is to get clear on who and what you're pitching. A big part of your preparation as a job seeker is getting clarity. You need to be clear on who you're serving and what you're serving up. Now, one mistake that we all make when it comes to our personal brand is that we try to serve everyone. And I often say if we try to serve everyone, we're serving no one in particular. We can't and we shouldn't aim to serve everyone. When you do that, your resume is written and is read the same as the hundreds of other applicants, other candidates seeking that very that one opportunity, right? So you'll often hear me say, if you confuse, you lose. If you're wanting to attract that attention of a recruiter, of a hiring manager, you need to tell your story. You need to write your resume and cover letter in a way that is clear about who you're aiming to serve and what you're able to offer to that employer that is unlike any other applicant seeking that position. This is where you need to show the smile on paper, right? You need to be able to articulate your personality through words. You need to find ways to get creative. I'm known to create short videos. When I was looking for this opportunity with SANS, I would embed certain things like this in my resume. I embedded short video in some of my thank you emails. Someone may or may not watch them, but if they did, it would help me to stand out, especially because I was seeking an opportunity with my new media experience. I should be able to showcase that, right? That I was the new media guy. So again, a question for you: what are the specific strengths and experiences that are more meaningful, that are going to be more meaningful to an employer, right? If you can replace some of the irrelevant bullets that we sometimes place to fill up, to add fluff to our resume, remove those, get those out of the way. Think about how you can get clear and focused on what you can bring to the table. You're going to give yourself a better chance of being seen and being considered. The last tip that I have for you today is that I want you to focus in on building and growing your LinkedIn network. Listen up. Your online presence is vital as a job seeker. There are two digital assets, two digital channels that are likely going to help you to set a positive first impression online. One is your LinkedIn profile, and the second is your personal website, if you have one. Now, if a recruiter or a hiring manager has seen your resume and they're interested in you, they're going to explore you further. There's one of two things that they're going to do. They're going to Google you, or they're going to hop over to LinkedIn and they're going to search for your profile. And notice, because there are several stats, but there's one out there that says that 87% of recruiters are regularly using LinkedIn. That's a pretty large number of recruiters on LinkedIn. They're looking for you. I have a question for you. If you're a job seeker watching this broadcast, right, and you're looking for a new opportunity, and let's say a recruiter or a hiring manager landed on your LinkedIn profile right now, would they be more or less inclined to want to invite you in for an interview, or based on what they see on your LinkedIn profile, hire you on the spot? Right? What's the impression that your LinkedIn profile is leaving right now? Are you getting that interview? Understand when I tell you that your personal brand is very important. Your messaging, your visuals, how you communicate and package it is going to likely make or break you. Right? Furthermore, you're not only going to build your LinkedIn profile, you also need to build an online reputation. Again, I just mentioned, if you have a personal website, you need to be aware that someone is Googling you and they're looking up these search results. They're trying to find out more about you. The more touch points they can find, the better. And you're in control of the story that is told, right? You can build a personal website. You can optimize your social, your digital footprint, right? But as it relates to LinkedIn, right, you have to build an online reputation on LinkedIn that is unforgettable and is very specific. LinkedIn has one of the most robust search engines, right? One of the things that you want to keep in mind is that with LinkedIn search, different than Google, LinkedIn search engine optimizes for two things. The first is it's going to optimize for keywords. So when you're building out your profile on LinkedIn, you want to keep in mind that certain keywords, the keywords you want to be known and be brought up for in search, you want those keywords peppered in throughout your profile, in your about section, within the different jobs you've listed. You want to make sure your headline, make sure that if somebody's searching, let's say for pastry chef in Tampa, Florida, if you're a pastry chef, you want to make sure that your profile is one of the first results that are going to come up in LinkedIn search. Now, that's the first of two things that you want to optimize for. The second is you really need to make sure that you're building a network on LinkedIn. Okay? You want to make sure you're building a network. Why is that important? The search results in LinkedIn, if you take notice of when you search for a keyword or a person, the person searching is going to see results based on the connections, the levels within that network. So is it a first level direct one-to-one connection, or is it a second level connection or a third level connection? Based on the connection you have to the person you're searching for, or the result or the keyword you're searching for, the levels are going to rank how those results come out. So if I'm connected to the person searching for the results, I'm going to come up first, even over somebody who has a profile with more keywords, for example. So it's vitally important that you also have a very good, solid connection, a good, solid network on LinkedIn. I'm not telling you to go out and just start adding people for adding sake. Make sure they're meaningful connections, because you want, people who are able to recommend you, right? People who are in your network. Again, if a recruiter is searching for you, who are they connected to that you're connected to, where you're going to come up in that search? So you want to make sure that you have good, solid connections on LinkedIn. So those two things are vital, right? Don't let anyone tell you that connections are not important on LinkedIn, right? And beyond algorithm, a good, solid network is also going to help you to boost your brand. You have more folks who know you, who can likely leave you a recommendation on your profile and provide more opportunity to refer you for that job opportunity. So again, I hope these 3 tips have been helpful, right? Again, the first tip that we shared, right, is to embrace your past journey. The second tip was to get clear on who and what you're offering, what you're pitching. And the third is to build and grow your LinkedIn network. Listen, I hope that you found value in these tips. I see a number of you that are sharing some love this morning. Good morning to Annette. Good morning, Patrick. Ralston, I see you here. Sean, good morning. Make sure you're joining Sean and I on Wednesday mornings, bright and early at 8. Let's see. I'm just reading through a couple of these questions. What are 3 things we shouldn't do that will sink our LinkedIn profiles? That's a good question. One of the things that you shouldn't do, that I see done quite a lot, is, making a connection and immediately pitching in the DMs. That will get you unfollowed as quickly as, or I disconnect immediately from the people I've connected to when I get an email, a direct message immediately after connecting with someone, and they're pitching. Add value, guys. Find ways to connect with people and to serve. Right, so that's the number one thing that I would say, you shouldn't be doing. Another thing that, let me see if I can share with you, right? Because seeing is believing, right? Let's see if I can, I'm going to share my screen again. Let me unshare Sean's comment. So I'm going to share the screen, and we might have a quick moment of, here we go. All right. So you should be seeing a LinkedIn profile for a John Barnes. This is something I was hoping to share with you as well. And this speaks to Sean's comment. Listen, one of the things you want to make sure you're doing is taking care of optimizing your profile. Now, I pulled up 2 John Barnes profiles. They're separate people altogether, but I just wanted to articulate the difference between just having a profile and not doing anything, right? No profile photo, no background photo, no summary of activity, no keywords peppered within. This is something you shouldn't do. You need to make sure you're taking the time. Now, here's another person entirely, right? another John Barnes. By the way, because of my connections, I'm a second layer connection too, right? But has, his profile image, his background, his summary section, all these different areas are completed, right? There's descriptions throughout. He has endorsements, recommendations. So what shouldn't you do? You shouldn't leave your LinkedIn profile blank. You need to optimize your profile, right? Work to build out your LinkedIn profile. This speaks to the comment I made earlier. When someone lands on your profile, are they going to be more or less inclined to want to invite you in for an interview? If the recruiter pulls up this page, there's nothing here giving them any kind of substance, and it does nothing for you in terms of helping you to stand out. But if you've taken the time to optimize your profile, first impression lasts, right? This gentleman, this John version of a John Barnes, has taken the time to complete his profile. And it believe me, when I tell you that this profile has more things filled out, than most profiles on LinkedIn. And so he's going to stand out, right? He has 22 people who have recommended him on LinkedIn. A recruiter can see this and make, a decision from here to invite John or to reach out to John for an opportunity. So hope this helps. Let me stop this share. It's really painful to see. Hope that answered your question. Good morning, Asha from Trinidad and Tobago. I hope that helped you, Sean. Listen, real quickly, wanted to just share one more quick thing. This is a much longer Monday morning live than I'm typically accustomed to sharing with you, but I wanted to just highlight that if you are a job seeker, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a leader and you're looking for an opportunity in the coming year, I want to invite you to give thought to joining our January cohort of Brand in Demand. It is a personal branding program that I've created over the last 4 years that allows you to gain access to my courseware, as well as to a host of other a community of other like-minded professionals who have gone through the course, a weekly Q&A, mastermind, and a host of other things. It's probably the best program version of this program that I've ever developed at this point. It's 100% up to date, and it goes in depth. One of the things that I want to share with you is that this program walks you through what I call our Trailblazers method. It's a 3-stage, 12-part, 12-step program where we're going to help you to find your purpose. We're going to help you to clarify your vision and get clear on who it is that you're serving. You're going to be able to dial in on your priorities and get clear on, what you need to focus in on. The second stage is about framing your brand. We're going to walk you through how to clarify your message and your story, define your identity, things like your colors, your fonts, your logo, your graphics. We're going to help you to build your online headquarters, your website, your personal website, which I talked about earlier. I'm going to help you to make sure that when you're done defining your identity and building your online website, going to help you to make sure all your digital assets are cohesive and consistent, right? So whether somebody lands on your LinkedIn profile or your website, your Twitter, your YouTube, your Facebook, your Instagram, it's going to feel so consistent and cohesive. And the last thing we're going to do is help you create value, income, and wealth, and help you to develop the right kind of content, figure out how to market that content, develop and create multiple streams of income, and last and most importantly, create a lasting legacy. I've helped a number of other clients, including Sean and Minda Hartz, Lindsay Davis, Donald Kelly, Craig DeBarba, and so many others. And today, we are wrapping up a Black Friday into Cyber Monday sale. This is the deepest discount I've ever offered on this program. Today through midnight Eastern, you can access our January cohort for $300 off the cost of the program. So it only cost you $597. And let me just tell you right now, again, we're offering some really amazing discounts. 3 bonuses, or bonuses, I should say. Not the discount is $300 off the cost of the program. The full price is $897. So you're going to pay $597. You're going to have lifetime access to our course, but you're going to also get 3 bonuses. The first bonus is 6 weekly live Q&A mastermind sessions with me. These group calls are fire, right? Annette and Patrick are in the room. They'll tell you about these Saturday calls. They've been through the program, and how impactful those Q&A calls are. We typically tend to do them on a Saturday morning, and there's so much value in it. Even if you're not ahead in the course, people tend to find value in showing up for those Saturday morning calls. The second bonus is that you're going to get 3 months access to our private Slack community. And the last is, we're working through, bringing on others. And in this January cohort, we have a number of people lined up for insider expert trainings. So beyond the courseware, I'm bringing in other people to give you value, to help you in this journey that you're on. And building your personal brand is not one and done. It's dynamic. You're always going to be building your personal brand. Never ends. But I'll say this, if you're interested in learning more, visit brandindemand.co. That's brandindemand.co. Right? So that is my message for today. Hope you found value in all that was shared. Listen, on Wednesday morning, my brother Sean Dove and I will be on live this Wednesday morning at 8. And this Friday, I'm going to be joined by Miss Kylie Carr. I'm so excited about this conversation. We've been talking about unleashing your personal power. So you don't want to miss that conversation. Blaze Nation, hope you enjoyed today's message. Hope that you will show up here on Wednesday and Friday. Put that on your calendar. The event is up. I'll talk to you then. Have a great day. Enjoy this week. Cheers.